What up, world? This South Arkansas Trail Talk. Shit, I'ma slide my other homie in here, my homie Biz, Markeith Cook, man. Give him his flowers and shit, man. It's all love. Shit, we still turning, man. Like I say, man, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's all love on our behalf, man. Like I say, man, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting people their flowers back as time go. Like I say, man, everybody, you know what I'm saying, we elevating all year. You know what I'm saying? Shit, check me out movies, click type boogers, you know what I'm saying? Shit, BMB Devil, we got that coming. Shit, we got, you know what I'm saying, mother buckers out there. You know what I'm saying? You want to get in the movie, hit me up. Like I say, man, I just give flowers back to people. You know what I'm saying? Been doing a lot for the city. Been doing a lot for the town out there. You know what I'm saying? Staying consistent is what they do out there. Like I say, it's all love. Salute my homie Wireframe for coming through. Like I tell y'all, man, shit, I'm just making noise as I go. Like I say, man, getting everybody with substance out there. Shit, add my homie in here right quick, man. Shit, let y'all see, you know what I'm saying? It's all grind, you know what I'm saying, on the Sunday out here. Like I say, anybody want to get involved, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up, man. Inbox me, man. Like I say, my homie entrepreneur doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Shit, growed up together. Homie out there, you know what I'm saying? Much love to him out there. Like I say, all substance, all year. You know what I'm saying? If you got any new music, hit me up. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Like I say, man, I'm going to get them in here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all, you know what I'm saying, give y'all time to ask questions out there. Like I say, man, we going to YouTube later out there. Shit, I might have my homie Max Story meet me over there. Like I say, man, I'm getting everybody I can through here, you know what I'm saying, for the year, starting out March, you know what I'm saying. Hope you set your clocks back, you know what I'm saying, today, you know what I'm saying. Let people know that, you know what I'm saying, it's something going on in the world out there. I'm going to go on and get them in here right quick. Fam, send me an inbox right quick. Send me an invite. Yeah, I'm going to get them in here, man. You got the camera on out there. Salute everybody tuned in. Like I say, salute South Arkansas. Like I say, man, I started this South Arkansas way. You know what I'm saying? Give us a platform. Show for the ones that still chasing their dreams out there. Other places and stuff. And not just Arkansas. They everywhere out there. And salute all of the entrepreneurs, the businessmen of South Arkansas out there. Like I say, man, everybody growing in South Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing out there. I salute you. But main thing is, you know what I'm saying, it's all about how we move as a whole out there, I guess. And that's where we at in the send me an invite, man, so I can add you to the camera out here. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. Man, I'm going to get them in here. Main thing is, you know, keeping us a voice, whether we in the town or not. You know what I'm saying? We got to know where we at for as people. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, you gotta add me to your camera out there. Let me see where we at. Let me see, can I get you in here? I'm gonna try to get him in here one more time. Come on back up, man. There you go. Let me see. You probably let me see. Yeah, man, this South Arkansas Trail Talk. Get my homie up here, man. Give him his flowers and shit. I'm gonna see where he at. Let me see, can I get him in here? He ain't got his camera on. Turn your camera on, fam. He probably got his camera on. Said, see, can I get him in here? There you go. Here we go, fam. We right now. What's up, fam?
Hey, what's up with it, bro?
Not much. Man, you know I can get you here, give you your flowers and shit, man. Been trying to get you on here since last year, you know what I'm saying? Much love,
Hey,
man. How you
man.
been doing, man?
Man, you know it don't stop, bro. 24/7, 365.
That's what's up. Man, don't give you a name. Introduce yourself. Let people know your is. Let people know, you know what I'm saying, how you coming, man, for 2025, what you do now and stuff. Because I know you're an entrepreneur, everything you do.
Oh yeah, man. You know, ain't nothing special about me, man. You know, Markeith from the pound. You know, that's pretty much what it is. I try to move and shake where I can.
That's what's up.
I can't
Man,
see you.
you can't see me?
Nope,
What about now?
I can't. You can see me.
Yeah, I can see you.
I can't see you. But it's
Shit,
all good as long as it's recording on your end.
yeah. Uh, I probably pop up soon. We turn off though. That I probably see you good and shit. Man, what can you say about being a businessman, black businessman in the city we come from out there? How do you stay on top of your game out there on, you know what I'm saying? Just taking it one day at a time, as I'm gonna say.
Oh man, it's a when I always liken it to a lion in the jungle, man. You only eat what you kill. So and there's no disrespect to people with side hustles. I mean, that's great because you need multiple streams of income, of course. But man, when a full time entrepreneur like I've been the last 5 years, man, it's a lot of challenges that come with that. You know, a lot of ups and downs. You have some good days. You got a lot of freedom. You don't have anybody telling you what to do. All that, all that's cool. But man, the amount of work you got to put in to make everything go, it's just, it's different. So I always talk to people that want to be entrepreneurs, and I always tell them, hey, by all means, go for it. Do what you do, but just know it comes with extra work. Working for yourself don't mean you don't do anything. Working for yourself means you do more. So like you said, you've been trying to get me on here now, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't have any time, but I work a lot and I do a lot. So a lot of times when I do have free time, man, I'm just trying to keep it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't have a lot of free time. I'm working every day, Monday through Sunday, every week in some kind of form or fashion. So it's a grind.
That's what's up. Man, how your family out there and how your girls? How's it is being a father of girls out there and still, you know what I'm saying, able to do what you do out there? Because I know you got girls, and how's it is with girls than boys these days, being in the city and being working all the time?
Well, it's just like Yeah, Dre, you're right. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, bro, for sure. But yeah, man, girls, boys, I'm sure it's all the same. Of course, I got them on all ends of the spectrum. I got a 27-year-old with a three-year-old granddaughter, and then I got a 10-year-old, and I got a 14-year-old in the middle. So I've seen all stages. And I'm proud of all of them. They all. Well, my oldest, she's graduated from college. She's a teacher, so she's doing well. Very independent. Very proud of her. And my two younger ones, they're doing the same thing. Straight A students, nothing but good reports. So I have big dreams for them also. Now when it comes to just what I do. Obviously, my youngest, I see her more because she's down here with me, so she sees more up closely, the things I do day to day, and we probably talk about it more. But ultimately, everything I'm doing to put all of them in position, including my granddaughter. So uh, that's the motivation, man. Because if it wasn't for kids, man, I could my life would look drastically different, especially now at this age. I'm 46 now, and I'm not getting younger. I'm getting older, but I seem to be working more because I'm behind. There's some things I didn't accomplish when I was a younger man. Running around in the streets, making mistakes, doing stuff I didn't need to do. Just not knowing, and thank God, I got on a better path as I got a little older. But it just kind of puts you behind on a lot of stuff that you need to do. So right now, I'm trying to make up time, man, and it's hard to get time that you've lost. But I'm trying to get it back so I can, leave a good lasting legacy for my kids and my grandchildren.
That's what's up. Well, man, I know we growed up together, went to school together out there, and like I say, we have been through the ups and downs from Rock Island to the West Side out there. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this. What can you say as time uninvolved? Because me, we been homies. I growed up in the rap game out there, Skulla B. You know what I'm saying? Started Air Dog Hogs, and you grow with the Rock Island Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Then we all know hottest MC Loc. What can you say from the music game of from Rock Island to the whole pound out there of, shout out to Rod D out there being who he is now. But what can you say about the music game? What needs to change? Is it better or worse? What can you say about the lyrics now? Because, people just listen to beats. Who got some lyrics to you? You know what I'm saying? What can you
Well,
say
man,
about the game, the rap game?
well, yeah, like I said, we started this stuff, man, back in '99, 2000. If social media was around back when we came up, I think people be surprised some of the things we were able to accomplish. In the early 2000s, late '90s. Especially coming from a small town. We've been around some of the biggest stars in the world. 25 years ago. We showed up in the VIPs 25 years ago. Like a lot of stuff, you see people doing now. We were doing that decades ago, and that's no knock on people doing it now. But I'm saying, I've already been through that phase in life. And, as I got older, rap is a young man's game. I don't knock older people for trying to stay in the rap game. I mean, you do what you do. You love what you love. I get it. But, just at a certain age, I just decided that what, I need to pivot and go in a different direction, because it was just so hard. And at the time we didn't, obviously we didn't have social media and things like that. But just looking at how the game has evolved, I'm so proud of the culture. I don't agree with everything in it. Obviously I don't care what industry you in. I don't care what it is. You ain't gonna like.
I'm going to get him back in a minute. He probably clicked off. But like I say, man, South Arkansas Trail Talk, chilling entrepreneur Markeith Cook out there from L Dog, El Dorado out there, you know what I'm saying? Originator, man, shit, from the west side to Rock Island out there, the pound out there. Like I say, man, he done did his thing, you know what I'm saying? He worked back in the days at On Q, one of the first music stores in El Dorado, you know what I'm saying? On the square, I think downtown Miller Park Mall. I'm gonna let him tell you about it out there. I'll put him back in here in a minute. But that's something I be trying to get people to understand how I go out there for this. You know what I'm saying? Getting back into the game out there. Yeah, I know when somebody started calling you had clicked off.
Yeah, nah, I clicked him off, but it threw everything off. But yeah, like I was saying, man, the younger generation, even like my boy on here, Prince Dre. I'm a big fan, very proud of him. Uh, Probably some of the younger guys around here, I don't know. I kind of, look out the side of my eye, but I'm not big into probably new music like like probably some other people, just because I'm older, man. But it's not made for me now. It's made for the new generation, so I respect that. And just like I was seeing some young guy, I guess from down here, I guess they call his name Co3 or KO3. I see he getting a little motion down here because I've been hearing his name a lot. Of course, my boy Prince Dre, love what he got going. And Rod D, man, Rod D the GOAT. People don't give him enough credit, but my boy been, man, he been running things in this rap game for a long time, man. So I was happy to be a part of all that, man. I'm happy to see him, kind of, go towards the management side, as he's gotten gotten to be a veteran in the game, using some of his skills and connections to try to help some people coming up, behind him, man. But, ultimately, hip hop has made a lot of people millionaires. Hip hop has, created generational wealth for a lot of people. So from that aspect, man, I love it. I just love to see the money and the wealth. But obviously, as a man, obviously, you don't like to see the violence. Just like the young man and his daughter getting killed in Dallas, the other day. I mean, I know I'm not saying it was directly related to hip hop, but he's a hip hop guy, man. It's just sad to see so many young people up and coming, getting killed, prematurely, because the world truly does miss out on a lot of talent, with stuff like that, man. So, you know, but it's just a game, man. It's evolved, but I don't try to pretend like I'm knee deep in it because I'm not, man. I just kind of be focused on me and what I got going, and if I see something or hear something I like, I pay attention to it. If not, I just keep it moving.
That's what's up. What do you think about for this, like you said, the violence in the game, and they always try to put it on the rappers or whatever, but do you think it's the person that with the gun in their hand or the rap music? What can you say more? Because they
I
say
mean,
what people listen
I
to
mean,
sometimes.
we'll be being disingenuous if we say hip hop has no responsibility for a lot of the violence that you see. I'm not saying it's solely responsible, and that's what parents got to parent, But at the same time, I know when I was a young man listening to Dr. Dre and Snoop talking about rolling down the street smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice, I wanted to roll down the street smoking on endo, sipping
Yeah,
on gin and juice.
yeah.
When I heard NWA talking about gangster, 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 and dope, man, that was sensational to me. I wanted that life, you know. So it does influence now. Unfortunately, back in my time, you saw more stuff influence as far as making money, the dope game, stuff like that. Still not good. Same things happening now, but now it's more about killing and drill and all that. So, life imitates art. So what people see is what they imitate, So I'm not gonna absolve hip hop because hip hop has a great responsibility in what's going on, but it's not all on hip hop because at the end of the day, as parents, you gotta have responsibility too. You gotta make sure that you monitor what your children see, what they hear, what they do, because if you're not raising them, if they don't have positive influences in their life raising them, the streets will raise them. And the problem is in hip hop, you got a lot of people in hip hop that's really not even from the streets that's doing this stuff, so they don't even really know what they even promoting now. Because when I came up, the message was we from the streets, we trying to get out. The new message is I'm not even from the streets and I'm trying to get in,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of a little backwards to me. And once again, this don't fit everybody. Obviously, it's some good hip hop. I listen to a lot of cats out there, but I'm not, at the same time, I'm 46. I'm not finna listen to an 18-year-old, 21-year-old talking about smoking their dead ops. I have no interest in that at all. Like,
Yeah.
that's meaningless to me. But if somebody else want to listen to it, hey, whatever floats your boat.
Hey, man, it's a question on that. I know you used to be part owner of Bougie Beans out there, and I know
No,
it,
I didn't. No, I
uh,
had good vibes.
good vibe.
That's their name, and I'm
You
just making sure we correct the thing because that's their
okay,
company, Bougie
they
Green.
changed the name,
I
the
own
Bougie.
Good Vibes.
Okay, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
good vibes. How did that feel for this? You know, you being a good spirit man, I'm gonna say. and I'm gonna say Mount Carey way, and and you selling them kind of products. Do you feel like that did that play in your spirit some of trying to do right, but you selling goods like that over there? What can you say about being a businessman or being an entrepreneur in your city and still trying to sell goods like tobacco products and stuff like that? What can you say about that these days? Of do that tinker with your spirit in it on how you
Oh,
praise the Lord out there?
well, of course, of course. Yeah, it definitely did. It played a part. You always think about that stuff. Once again, I'm
Yeah.
not judging
Nah,
what
well,
nobody else do, but yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, I don't use tobacco products, and I didn't say I didn't. Used my store. We sold vapes. I didn't use them. I wouldn't use them, but yet and still I still sold them. So yeah, obviously that's a conflict. I mean, the other stuff that I sold, I'm a proponent for marijuana. I don't think nothing's wrong with it. I think it should be legalized. So obviously, that wasn't as big of a conflict as the other stuff. But yeah, it was a conflict. But life is all about conflicts, man. I mean, we can all act like we don't struggle with conflicts every day, but we do, and that's one I did struggle with. And ultimately, I wasn't convicted enough to not do it, but it was always on my mind, like, okay, this is the right thing for me to be doing. How does this look? Because as a man, I want to be conscious. I know a lot of people go around saying, I don't care what nobody say, I don't care what nobody think. But as a man, I mean, I do want to, be able to represent what I stand for. And whenever some conflicts with that, yeah, it's always an internal thing. But I did what I did. I'm not doing it anymore, but I did do it. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's not the only conflict I've had in my life. I've conflicted about a lot of stuff.
yeah,
That's just one of them.
yeah,
So as we continue to live, you just got to continue to get better. And I don't judge a person that do it now or don't do it. This up to you. I don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. I'm not casting nobody in heaven or hell. I got my opinions just like everybody else got their opinions. I got my morals and principles just like everybody else does. So I just, kind of keep that compartmentalized to me. So yeah, it was a conflict for me in certain ways, not always, but it was.
yeah. I just asked you that just to get a understanding of having a better conscience with that now. But man, from growing up in the Rock Island days and looking at Rock Island now, for this no stores or the kids don't have nowhere to stay. Same way we growed up on the south side, they tore it down. What can you say about the new age Rock Island and the kids over there? What's need to be done to have something to do these days? Because us as a town getting together as a whole, and I know you probably don't visit that side of town a lot, but what can you say growing up that way and knowing a lot of people from Rock Island? What can you say about them together, pulling together, and for that community over there having a store or something, or even just coming together, having anything going on that side of town? Because I know you know more about Rock Island way, or people not having nothing to do over there way, no stores over there same way on the east side over there. What can you say about Rock Island now?
I mean, Rock Island is home for me. I was born and raised in Rock Island. Obviously a lot hadn't changed since I was a kid. Some things, but a lot hadn't changed. But that's not what's the what's the word I'm looking for? That's not only Rock Island. You could apply that logic to probably any hood in America because, and this is no knock, cause I grew up in a dysfunctional house. Not, I love my family, love them, would die for them right now. But I mean, it wasn't like I grew up in a two-parent household with just me, siblings, and my parents. We had a we had a nuclear family. It was uncles and aunties and cousins and people whoever needed to stay, because back then that's what it was about. Nobody had nothing. Nobody grew up with a lot. So hey, if you get kicked out your house, you can't go nowhere. You can come to grandma's house and stay. We just grew up in community. But we just have to be honest. I mean, a lot of people in these communities like Rock Island, West Firs, the Zone, you don't have the most educated people, especially back in the 70s, 80s, 90s when we were coming up. Things have changed, but you had crack everywhere. It was just a different time. So the generations didn't get educated probably and didn't have the best examples when we were young. So then what do you do when you grow older? If you grew up in Rock Island, it got a negative connotation. I'm just using Rock Island because that's where I'm from. Yeah, when you get older, you got enough money to buy a better home in a better neighborhood or what you perceive to be a better neighborhood, you're gonna do it. So the only way for neighborhoods like that to really come back, you need a extremely successful person from those neighborhoods that's willing to go back and invest and do that. But then and it's easy for people to say what other people should do in them situations. But if a person comes from Rock Island and they find success somewhere else, it's gonna be pressure for them to come back and do something. And maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. That's up to that person. Me personally, everybody have big dreams. Yeah, if I was a multimillionaire worth hundreds of millions of dollars, I would come to Rock Island and put all type of stuff there. But I don't have that, so I can't sit up every day and focus on Rock Island. Right now, I'm focused on Markeith and his family and his kids. So once I get that all the way where I want it, then I can move out. But I tried the other way for years, trying to serve the community, trying to do things, volunteer. But during that time, I'm not serving myself and my family because you only got so much time in a day. You only got so much mental power you can get anything. So, I imagine you got people over there that, they would. You probably got people in the neighborhood that would like to see things better, but I mean, those are business decisions, right? Do you build a house in Rock Island knowing that if you build a house right now as currently constructed, that it's not going to have the proper value, but you want to do it because you want to prove a point to the community that you will come back? Well, if that makes sense for you, do it. If it don't do it, and don't let nobody bully you in thinking that you got to come back and live in a place that you probably worked hard to get away from, because it's going to always be poor people in the world. I've been one more than half my life. I know all about that. But as I continue to grow in life, I'm going to continue to want my surroundings to grow and be better, So yeah, one day if I hit the lottery one day, I'll come back and do everything, all kind of stuff to Rock Island. But if not, I gotta just make sure and be more concerned with me, my direct family, and all that first, and get that in order. I'm not skipping that step anymore.
That's what's up. Fam, last one before you get out of here. Okay, we growed up, man. You know what I'm saying? You always growed up with the best. You always dressed the best. And you didn't have to be in the streets. What's your choice? The streets chose you, or you chose the streets, and why? And I just want to ask you that because we growed up together. Because I'm from the West, like you were saying about the housing part of. I grew up in Haganil. Ain't no way we ever owned apartments, the government apartments. So anybody get away from there, shit, they probably ran. But I always be in our heart though. That West first. What can you say about street choosing you and growing up with the best and choosing the streets out there? Because I know you grow up the best. You didn't have to choose the streets. What made you choose the street? I know it getting money, but what's your experience of that?
Well, I mean, first, I don't agree with what you said. I didn't grow up with the best. I grew up in a Rock Island in a shotgun house, and I slept on the couch half my life.
Yeah,
And when I
yeah,
went in Rock
yeah,
Island, I was in Hagen. When I went in Rock Island, I was in Haganil projects with you and other people like you out in Haganil. Cause
yeah,
3 or 4 of my aunts lived in Haganil at all times, so I am not from money. Did my mom work hard and maybe around income tax? Did she buy me some Jordans or back to school? Did I get a few things or maybe Christmas? Yeah, but I'm not from money. I'm not from wealth. I grew up in a house where dope was sold and people gambled every day.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know where you think I'm from, but I'm not from money, you know. But all of us, including me and including you and anybody else, we all got choices. It's people that grew up in Haganil, where you from, that got in trouble, went back and forth to the pen. But it's people that came out of Haganil that's doing good. You know, I know people in my neighborhood right now, brothers that grew up in the same house. Two of them was in and out the penitentiary their whole life. One of them went to the military and was guarding the president. And they
yeah,
grew up in the
yeah,
same house. So
yeah.
we can't always put it on environment. Sometimes it's about choice. And I know things are systematic. I'm the first one to say the system has held a lot of people down, but I mean, at the end of the day, we make choices. Now we may make bad choices because we may not have all the information. So therefore, we make a bad choice based on bad information. But I mean, we all from the same place. I didn't grow up with nothing. You know, I mean, right now, I mean, nobody that's known me my whole life, they'll tell you where I grew up at. Like I said, it's very few people that grew up like I grew up. So I didn't grow up with it with anything, you know. Now it's all perspective because it could be a person that may have less than you, and they consider what you got as something, but to you, you don't have nothing either. So it's all perspective, you know. It's people that grew up in Rock Island with me, right up the road, families that I knew that I'm like, okay, that's a good family. They have a really nice home compared to everybody else. They got 2 cars, both parents are there, but we all grew up in the same place, you know. So ultimately, back then, I don't think money and wealth and what you got was a big thing like it is now. You know, I mean, back when I grew up, I didn't care what you had. I don't care what you got now. You know, because of the way I grew up, I'm humble. You can pull up to me in a Mercedes Benz, or you can walk up to me walking. I'm gonna treat you the same way. It don't matter to me. I'm not impressed by jewelry. I'm not impressed by designer clothes. That stuff don't impress me because I know ultimately everybody that show that stuff off and want it to be more than what it is, we all from the same place. Ain't none of us from money. Ain't none of us come up like that. Ain't none of us got everything. But all of a sudden, you know, some people do get up and get some money and they forget that we all from Rock Island, the East Side, Fortville, Morning Star. We all from the same place. It just look a little different, but it's all the same. So I'm not from nowhere. I don't. I'm shocked that you even said that because I used to hang out with you every night. Me and you sit up by the
We
phone booth for Hagen Neal Project and talk for hours. I wasn't hanging out by the high school off Timberlane.
yeah,
You know, I mean, from Rock Island. So no, I'm very humble, man. I know who I am. I know where I'm from. I rep it. I ain't ashamed of it. It is what it is. But at the same time, I'm trying to do better and put myself in a better position. So I ain't really just so caught up with looking back. You know, I'm looking forward. You know, yeah, I started in Rock Island, but ultimately I want to end somewhere on the lake in the woods with some acres and do my own thing. You know, so
yeah,
where I'm from, you know, now whoever else want to do whatever else they want to do, that's them. You know, we all gotta follow our own path. I just do me.
yeah, yeah. I like the way you say that about the choices out there we had and the choices we make out there. You feel me? So that plays a big part. But I was saying because you know we grow up together in that, you know what I'm saying, that spoon fed mentality and actually had to get it out the mud mentality. You know what I'm saying? That be a big part of people, the choices people make sometimes. And like I say, you know, we all growed up in El Dorado, so we all went to the same schools and everything out there. But what can you say of we gonna get this last one and gone of us growing up together and now our kids know each other, or our kids might be beefing, feuding, or whatever. Can you say about the new age kids and us growing up together with that? Because I see a lot of people that grow up together and their kids into it now, or their kids are
Well,
got into it. It's
well,
crazy now.
Skull, it's always been like that.
Yeah,
I mean, we were kids, but our parents knew each other too.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we were just actually in the movie at the time, so we not watching the movie. We actually participating. Now you get to sit back and watch it, so you looking at it from a different perspective. But it ain't a person from in our neighborhood probably don't know several people from my family on my mom and dad both sides.
yeah,
On my mom and dad side, you don't know that until you talk to them. You
yeah,
know, they can tell you, oh, I know that boy, that's so and so son, or that's so and so daughter. Oh, they from over here. They know each other just like we do. So I don't think it's nothing new. I mean, yeah, Alvarez is a small community, so everybody gonna know everybody. Everybody gonna run into everybody at one point in time. You probably gonna you probably gonna be friends with somebody's cousin or go or dating somebody's sister. I mean, it's just a small town, man. Those are small town issues, you know. But we all from the same place, man. You know, it, when I grew up, I knew I grew up in Rock Island. I knew if I was in the Thunder Zone, it wasn't no different than but the name of the street. When I went to see my relatives in Fortville, Fortville was just like Rock Island. When I used to hang with Robbie them in Morning Star, it wasn't no different than Rock Island. I'm in Haganil all the time. It wasn't no different than Rock Island. We all from the same place. You know, people make choices along the way which can either improve their situation or make their situation worse. Sometimes people make choices for other people that put other people in bad situations. We all know that, but man, that's just the maturation of life. As you continue to get older and wiser, you can't get stuck with what happened when you was younger, and now you feel you use that as an excuse to stay in your same place all the time and not to grow because you want to keep blaming what happened to you when you was younger. And I mean, that's cool if that's what people want to do. I just choose not to stay there, man. I choose to try to look at things differently, man, and think about where I can go, because if I get to being stuck and worried about, stuff that happened to me when I was a kid or stuff I saw, man, I'll never grow. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of try to stay focused on the future, bro.
Yeah. And growing up around white kids and black kids and having white friends, black friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends, whatever. What can you say? And we gonna get out of here with them for that show. Us growing up
You good, man?
and having that growing to understanding, because people want to say us growing up between white and black. What do you think about growing up these days with white and black, and Trump in office now? We trying to figure out, is that a better sense of how we look at our president now, on who we choose to follow, or how we grow up, period, around white and black? Is they the one racist, or what? What can you say about growing up between white and black and the president, or all that right there with the white and black era?
I mean, I've been around white people my whole life. I'm not scared of white people. I know white people ain't no better than me. They not no smarter than me. They may have had some advantages, but I mean, it's no different. But I've been around white people my whole life. I'm comfortable. Like I don't care, and I don't judge white people as a whole. Just like I don't want black people to be judged as a whole. I don't look at every white person and say every white person is evil. Now, do every white person got some racism in them? I'm sure. Just like I feel like every black person. But well, I say this: the difference is in America in modern days, black people own very little, so white people can exercise their racism better than black people could. And I'm not saying black people would do some of the same things white people have done while being in power, but all I can go by is what's happened. But because Trump, because like me, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm an anti-Trump guy, big time, right? I don't feel like everybody that supports Trump is a bad person. We may
Yeah.
just be hearing different things, right? And what I've learned also in this internet age, depending on what they think you want to hear is what they'll push to you. I got friends that grew up right next to me that I'm very close with to this day, but we see things totally different. And when I hear them speak about politics and race relations, I understand why they are saying what they say. Valid points, valid reasons, nothing wrong with what they say. I may see it different based on my experiences, and I don't let people influence me on what I see and what I think and how I look at things. So yeah, I'm definitely not a Trump guy. Never will be a Trump guy. But I don't think every white person that supports Trump is racist. I don't think every Republican is racist. I don't think every Republican idea is wrong, and I don't think every Democrat is right, and I don't think every Democrat policy is right. As I've gotten older, I try to listen to substance, and I try to figure out who I'm gonna support in whatever based off substance, not the chatter, because a lot of people are chatter and say stuff, especially with this internet. I see a lot of internet activists, people that come on here and they think because they share a status or put up a status of like something that's them doing their community service. I
Yeah.
mean, me personally, and I'm not going by what nobody else have done. I know the amount of hours volunteering I done did. I know for about a 10, 15 year stretch straight, all the work I put in to the point where it wore me out because there wasn't very many other people out here doing what a small group of us were doing to the point it burnt me out. So I feel comfortable where I am now with all that stuff sitting on the sideline because I don't put my time in. And this stuff don't depend on one person because one monkey don't stop no show. I fall off the scene, it's gonna be somebody else that step up, and I'm letting somebody else step up now. Like I said, my focus is me, my family, my kids, I don't like Trump because I don't like Trump policies. If Trump had policies I like, I wouldn't care. I'm not gonna be loyal to one ideology, one party. I'm done with that. At one point, I probably did look at that a little more, but now it's like, who's helping me put food on the table? And me as an entrepreneur, who's giving me the best opportunity to grow my business and be successful? Who's looking out for the overall good of people and humanity? I look at that, because people will get on Facebook, they'll try to shame you because you don't agree with something they think you should be doing and all that. And I'm just over that, man. So all this other stuff, man. Trump is probably one of the few people now, and it's not even so much Trump. It's more Trump supporters that I get frustrated sometimes because I'm like, man, y'all can't hear this used car salesman trying to sell y'all this junk car, like. But that's just me, I'm just answering the question because you asked. But I don't get on social media very much and do that stuff like I used to. Back in the day, I would argue with you for hours, if that's what you wanted. Now it's like it's not expedient. I don't get anything out of that. I don't even try to get anything out of it, man. I just let people do what they do because I know ultimately the Lord is in control, you know, and I also know biblically the Lord has turned his people over to evil kings before, because when you ain't doing right, he gonna put you in a situation where you gonna get correction. And to me, I look at Trump as president now as a way of correction for this country, because this country been going crazy for a long time. So sometimes the Lord will use people like that to put in position so you can get whooped, so you can get back on the right track. And I think somebody like Trump, even though I don't like him, don't want to support him, wish he wasn't president now, but I'm cool with it, because if I'm really being honest, and I look at this country and really this world for what it is, it's out of control. So
Yeah.
sometimes, the good Lord may send somebody your way. Okay, I'm finna punish y'all. Y'all finna get a whipping right now. And when you start acting right, I'll take this pressure off for you. So politics, man, it is what it is these days, man. So yeah, that's my thing, man. I try to stay away from politics because over the last probably 8 to 10 years, I've lost friends and people that I was really had good relationships with because I took politics too personal, you know. And it's like now, man, let a person vote their conscience, let them support who they think they need to support, and all things will be revealed eventually. So if you make the wrong choice, or if you probably did something you didn't need to do, it'll come back and you'll realize. But man, that's stuff that I can't control, man. So I just try to stay in the lane where I can doing the stuff that I can control.
That's what's up. Man, you think about more black people need to come out and city council meetings and to know what's going on in a city out there, other
Man, look,
than
look,
being
look,
on
look,
the
look.
internet
I'm glad,
out
I'm
there.
glad you asked that. I ain't trying to cut you off from saying the whole thing, but this what I learned about black people, man. Black people, they'll sit on the sideline until it affect them.
Yeah,
I can come out right. I can come out right now and say, "Hey, Eldorado, they finna try to pass another 1 cent sales tax that's gonna raise X amount of millions of dollars over the next 5 or 6 years, and all this money is gonna go here or there. We need to all come together and tell them what we want. Nobody will pay attention to you. Nobody will support you. It'll be one out of every 100 that may even give you a thumbs up. But let something happen to them individually. They want the whole city to come out for them. You feel
yeah,
me? They
yeah,
want the whole city to come out for them when it's affecting them directly. But I'm only gonna stick up and ride for the people that I know gonna ride for anybody. Don't come to me only when you affected. When you see we out here in this fight trying to fight, and you sitting on the sideline cause you comfortable. Don't come out when you just uncomfortable. Come out sometimes when you comfortable and get yourself uncomfortable getting in the fight. So that's been my biggest experience. People contacting me. Oh, I know you know this person. Can you do this? Or this person in jail. Can you help? And you go do all this for them, and them be the main people that'll turn around and talk about you. But if you need them to show up somewhere because you want numbers, they won't come out and take 10 minutes for you. But these just
yeah,
lessons you learn over the years, life, doing stuff that, man, ultimately, you gotta make sure you're taking care of home first before you start trying to worry about community and doing all this other stuff, man. Because people will let you down. You'll invest all your time, energy into things, and people won't even care.
yeah.
So I just try to, you know, I just try to be more chill nowadays, man. You know, like I said, as I've gotten older, bro, I'm just more focused on legacy, man. What I'm gonna be able to leave as an inheritance to my children, because that's all that matters to me, man. Right now, that's all that matters. You know, everything else is second. You know, I'm trying to work as hard as I can so I can leave as much money access for my children. You know, you can talk about me, you can say this, that, and that. I could care less. I'm just gonna put my head down and keep going forward like I do every day.
That's what's up, man. Man, much love coming through, man. Much game you dropping 2 jewels too, man. I want to hear that. what more for the girl ways? We gonna look at the like I say, it starts at home. Even with the gay world out there, what can you say about that? We gonna get out of here with that one, because you know.
Look, man, look, man, you're not finna trap me
No,
with all this
it
controversy.
ain't that, man. It's about starting at home and having an
Scud,
understanding with what we do,
man,
how we
look,
come up and stuff. But that world and
look, man,
abortion
look,
and all that,
look,
we'll talk
look,
about
man,
that on that, man.
look, things
I
don't
was saying
change,
about the
Scud.
sports out there. What you think about the sports out there with that world? Because, you know, these days people don't know who be hidden behind them gloves or you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let's go. Look, I got 3 daughters, so
Yeah,
obviously I don't want them competing against men in sports. You
yeah,
know, that's just or however you classify it. You know, so yeah, I got my opinions on it, man. But you know, this is my thing, man. A lot of times that stuff is set up to divide people.
yeah,
Look, I'm a heterosexual man. I have no interest in men sexually whatsoever. Never have, never will. What somebody else do in their bedroom, I've learned to just mind my own
yeah,
business.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you do, you do. If it affect me in that, if my daughter comes home one day from a basketball game crying, saying a boy, she played against a boy, and he was rough on her, then yeah, I might have something to say at that point. You
yeah.
know, but as far as what people do in their bedrooms, man, I don't want nobody in my bedroom, and I'm not going in nobody else's bedroom. So whatever you want to do, that's between you and your maker and whatever else you got going. Just that kind of stuff, man. It's not expedient to me to be sitting up, especially on the internet, judging people for their sexual preference, right? You know, I don't get nothing out of that, because do what you want to do, you know. Just that's how I see it. You just do what you want to do, man. You know, I got my opinion. If I'm on a one-on-one basis, if there's somebody from an alternative sexual life come up to me personally and ask me, and they want to know personally, if that's what they want to know, I'll tell them what I think. But I'm not volunteering that kind of information, because it don't do nothing. It don't help nobody. It don't help nobody for me to come out and say how I feel on a lot of issues, you know, because it don't mean nothing. You know, I try to keep it light. If you hear me being opinionated on something, it may be who the best, Jordan or LeBron. Okay, well, I ain't gonna hurt nobody. If I say I think Jordan to go, okay, I have an opinion about that, because it ain't to no real consequence. But when you start getting into that other stuff, getting into people's bedroom and their personal life, I'm gonna choose to stay away from it, bro. That's just me. You know, I don't really want to get into all that. I will tap lightly on the stuff like you said, men in sports. You know what I mean? You know, the transgenders playing against girls. Yeah, I don't agree with that. But that's
Mm-mm.
just from a competitive standpoint, right? Because I just think, you know, in sports, man, it's just, to me, it's just not. It's a competitive advantage. So that I don't agree with it from that. I don't want my daughter having to share a bathroom with a boy. So those are things, but I can relate those back to my own personal situation with my children. But as far as
Yeah,
a homosexual lifestyle, man, I don't have nothing to do with that.
yeah.
Nothing. I don't have nothing to do with somebody heterosexual lifestyle. Man and a woman, you can do what you want to do. I don't have nothing to do with that. If you like goats and horses, I ain't got nothing to do with that either. You know, so whatever you feel like floats your boat, man, that's what I say. Go for it. And you deal with whatever come with that. You know, I'm gonna just keep liking women.
Who who you think win the championship before we get out of here? Since
Well,
we on the basketball, who you think got a better chance shot at the championship? And we going out
well, I'm
there.
dis- well, I'm disappointed disappointed, man. I was hoping Dallas. I'm in Dallas probably 10 times a month. I love the city of Dallas. I do a lot of business in Dallas. Of course, Gaff, the hometown legend. He in Dallas. Kyrie, my favorite player. He in Dallas. I love AD. I love Clay. They in Dallas. So of course, I wanted Dallas. I wanted Dallas to win, but they whole season kind of been plagued with injuries. So when I moved to the next team, I'm a big Kevin Durant fan. So being that Kyrie can't win, I love to see Kevin Durant get in there. Get him another one because I know he catch a lot of hate. I feel like, uh, you know, now who do I think is gonna win? I think I think Boston is probably coming out the East. Although I think Cleveland will give them a good 7 game run, and I think I, as good as Oklahoma City look in the West, and I would like to see Shea, man, because I love Shea. I still I'm scared to put all my eggs in that basket,
Yeah.
but cause I know Denver's gonna be a threat, even though they whooped Denver today, man. They beat Denver, man. It was a big look, Wood. I see you keep putting Golden State, man. I know you think you Bay Area now,
Yeah.
but nah, I ain't rocking with them. But they do look better. But to Wood point though, Golden State do look good right now. I can see them getting on up a little bit, man. But I think ultimately it's gonna be Boston. If I had to bet everything that I had, I would bet Boston versus OKC, and I don't know if OKC can beat Boston.
Yeah.
So right now, if I had to bet today, I would say Boston gonna repeat. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland beat Boston. And I wouldn't be surprised if OKC won it. But if I had to bet, I'm still gonna go with the proven commodity, which is Boston.
Yeah. Boston got a good squad. I forgot. But it's gonna be good always though. I see everybody got some little handlers this year. Then the teams
Oh
gonna
yeah,
kind of
man.
even out a little bit too.
Yeah, the NBA is in a weird place to me, man. The shooting is on another level. They shooting the ball now like they've never shot it. But it's still some stuff missing, man. I still don't like fully just the whole, just running down shooting threes the whole game. I mean, I get it. It's the new way, and the players doing what the coaches tell them to do, and they going by analytics. So I get it. But I would like to see more. I'm just traditional. I like the traditional game. So I would like to see a little more of that.
Yeah.
You know. But
We
yeah, it's gonna
always
be a
have
good
that
season. I mean,
argument. I see y'all with that argument. Who better, Jordan or LeBron or Kobe? We gonna have always statistics with that.
man, Jordan.
Always a
Look,
holler
that to me,
Jordan because that was my era. I don't know about
man.
LeBron or Kobe out there, but I always see the 6 titles. I seen it with my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And all the moves
Yeah.
he make.
But see, Skull, that's the thing though. When people talk about Jordan, they always say, "Oh, what else besides 6 titles?" Man, 6 titles, that's just one piece. This man got a full resume, and like you say, it's just gonna be hard to top Jordan because of his peak. LeBron is great, but I just think, and to me, LeBron has gotten better as he's gotten older. I know that's weird, but to me, probably his last 5 years, he's playing on a Zen level now. Like the boy, he can control games like I've never seen before. But earlier in his career, when he was probably the most dominant player in the league, I just feel like he fell short a lot of times. Where I feel like you're LeBron James, you should win. Because when Michael Jordan played basketball, I always thought Michael Jordan was gonna win. I never thought he was gonna lose. Even when he lost, I never thought he was gonna lose. LeBron, that's how I thought it was gonna be, but then he started losing at a higher rate than what I would have thought he would have lost it. So it's like, man, you already kind of put yourself in the hole. So now all this other stuff, as he digged himself out of the hole, it was almost too late. So and Kobe is probably, when you talking about all time favorite players, Jordan's my favorite. Probably Kobe, Magic, 2 and 3, then Kyrie, KD. Them probably my 5 favorite players. Hakeem Olajuwon. So LeBron, and then people, and I say this last thing about that. Even with LeBron, people get so mad because they feel like people be hating on LeBron to say something. Man, it's sports. Everybody, the whole reason of sports is somebody's gonna be cheering against the team that you're cheering for. So LeBron ain't gonna have 100% fans. Michael Jordan didn't have 100% fans. Nobody's gonna have 100% fans. That's what makes the game go. That I can say I like this player better than this player, and you say no, I'm wrong, and then we talk it out. And that's the fun part of sports debate. It's nothing serious. I don't go home and go to sleep and can't go to sleep because of what somebody said about Michael Jordan. But it's fun to me. You know, I got a homeboy. He was on here earlier. FJ, that's my partner. We spar all the time. He think he knows sports. I have to school him every once in a while. You know, get him straight, and that's it. But I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. You know, every night. You know, cause it's just sports, man. I have fun with sports. It's not serious. You know, it's too much stuff serious in the world, and for me to make sports serious. Cause when I grew up, sports was fun. That was the outlet. You know, when you didn't want to be in the house, you went to the closest elementary school and you shot basketball till the sun went down. You know.
When you think about kids going outside, getting outside games more than just on the PlayStation out there, because some people think they good off the PlayStation instead of actually shooting the basketball.
Look, things changing, bro. We
Yeah.
play outside. The new generation played on computers, and this next generation they gonna have on goggles, and they gonna think they actually in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just progression. You know, things change. We used to build bow and arrows, and we used to make basketball goals out of a 4x4, a piece of plywood, and a bicycle rim. You know,
I go off the tree.
you feel me? Put it
Yeah.
on the tree. I mean, things done change. You know, these kids ain't out there like that. You know, think about the Rock Island versus Hagen Hill football games back in the day. You know, either Hagen Hill walking the south side or we walking to the park behind Hagen Hill. Man, that's how we grew up. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Things have changed, man. And you know, that's the one constant thing, man. As long as you keep living, things gonna change.
That's what's up, man. Man, nice getting you on here, man. Shit, getting your flowers, man. Much love forever, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't spend enough time. We don't probably see each other, but it's all love when we do. Feel me now?
No doubt.
So,
100%. 100%,
for real.
man. And keep moving, bro. You know what you're doing with your show, man. It's like with anything else. It's about consistency. You know, it take. Look, you can't plant a flower in the ground and stir at it for a day or two and be mad because it ain't grow. But if you walk away, go on about your business. You come out there in a couple of weeks, you'll see something sprouting out the ground. You know, it just take time, man. But you got to stay consistent. You know, and you know, I applaud you, man. I see you. I know you've been doing this for a long time. You've been consistent with it, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep trying to get better.
That's what's up, man. Man, much love, man. South Arkansas Trio Talk. Chilling with my homie Markeith Cook, entrepreneur, elerator, man. Shit, where you shop at, man? Over there, where you come get your car. I know you're a good car salesman out there. Where you at out there
Oh,
located at?
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So, you know, me and my partner Greg Williams, we own Trusted Autos, man. It's 1600 Northwest Avenue. Specialize in, you know, use good cars. Now, that's not to say that we don't get cars sometimes that have issues that we don't know, but we real good about trying to get those cars fixed and rectified when we do have them. But you know, one thing about it, we're gonna take care of the customer. So yeah, if y'all still looking for a car, interested in a car, anything like that, man, definitely hit us up, man. Trusted Autos.
That's what's up, man. Man, much love, man. I know I kept you up a little bit, but man, much love, man. Man, hit me up behind the scenes too, man.
So all good, fam.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Love,
already
man.
know.
All right,
Already, bro.
one.